In the next 12 months, we no go dey use paper to do business for Edo. Obaseki to CIS. Governor for Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, don tok say Edo State don dey undergo infrastructural development and policy changes to make Edo State up for economic change for Naija, and na why dem adopt the public-private economy. E tok dis one for one courtesy visit wey the executive members of the Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers (CIS) come do for Government House on Wednesday. Deputy Governor for Edo State, Right Honourable Comrade Philip Shaibu, wey come represent the governor, tok say the bureaucracy wey dey the public sector dey annoying at times. Na why dem restructure the system and civil service to enable the government to work and be business-like. Say before dem dey call civil servants evil servants, but now dem dey call dem digital civil servants for Edo State. And that for Edo State, dem don dey transact business digitally. And in the next 12 months, dem go be the first state wey no dey use paper to do business.
As a government, we are happy and that your 26th annual conference is taking place this time. Our state is undergoing a lot of infrastructural development and policy change. And most of all we've been doing is geared towards making Edo State the real hub of development, economic growth. And we're also taking advantage of one of you. His 32 years experience in private sector and financing. We're also taking advantage of that at this time of our growth in our state. For us as a government, we've adopted a public-private sector driven economy. Coming from the private sector where it's all about regulation to a public sector that is up law and policy, it can be very cumbersome because from the private sector you get things done with speed of light, but in public sector you have to go through bureaucracy, and no bureaucracy can be very challenging and very annoying at times. So what we did when we came in is to restructure the entire system. We look at how we can make the government work and to be business-like. We discovered that the bureaucracy needs to be fixed. They used to say the civil servants are evil servants, but in Edo State, our civil servants are digital civil servants now. The starting point was to just take the engine to the factory and get the engine well fitted, change the oil, change the plugs, get it to be new again so that it can take any speed. And that's what we've done with our civil service. Our civil service is actually the government. The government is the civil service because that is the engine room of. So we dealt with it through building infrastructure. I will want the chief of staff to also take you through our Oyego training center. You see what we've done with that structure there. The purpose is to train and retrain and continue to train our staff on modern ways of doing things. And that was the starting point. And we've done that to the extent now we are moved forward. We have started to transact our business through technology. Edo State Government in the next 12 months will be the only state government that is paperless in its transactions. At the managerial level, from the middle class to the managerial level now, is paperless. I can approve my files from anywhere. I don't need to see physical file. That's the level we've taken the bureaucracy. Because for government to really be the enabler that it is supposed to be, the engine room, the bureaucracy must be fast and it must function. And if it's responsive, it then means the environment can be enabling for you, the private sector, to come and drive the economy. And we are conscious of that, and that we say, okay, how do we take advantage of these 32 years of experience of our governor, and also take advantage of the financial wizardry of the governor. And putting all together, we have to go through that process. Very cumbersome, but we have to just go through that process to make it work. Now, we are actually at the verge of, that is not what you see physically. That particular restructuring is not what you see physically. But now is, that's we have done that is not seen physical, is what is translating to the physical structure you are seeing. That is now making the environment enabling for private sector to now take advantage.
Shaibu Consti chook mouth on top agricultural matter, say Naija no get business to dey import food like palm oil, say the crude oil wey we put energy on top don destroy us, and the palm oil wey we can't get, the Malaysians use am pass us. Say Edo don tanda to gbab the seeds wey Malaysia steal from them. E con tok say the conference wey the Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers dey organize so go help the government arrange themselves for areas where they need to, and the policy for the conference go make Naija exporter not an importer. E con welcome the executive members to Edo State.
Agriculture is one area that we take very seriously, and I'm happy. I think this 26th annual conference will also offered us the opportunity of also checking notes of what we've done so far and maybe new modern way of also doing it. So your outcome of this meeting will be very, very useful in energizing our agricultural programs that we have lined up for our state. Nigeria have no business in importation of certain food crops. Palm oil, for instance, we have no business importing palm oil. We concentrated too much in crude oil, whereas the Malaysians, what they earn from palm oil is far more than what we earn from crude oil that have come to destroy our economy in Nigeria. So we are conscious of the fact, and we are also conscious of our historical background, knowing fully well that the seed that have made Malaysia what it is was taken from Edo State. So we are not reinventing the wheel, but we are just taking back what belongs to us. And in doing that, your programs and the theme of your program is coming at the right time, where we can, funding is critical. How can capital market bridge the gap, enable this to work? Coming back to the point you made, that is what I think this conference should be looking at. How will the capital market be an enabler to make this we are not reenacting, just taking our position, come to fusion? So for us, we welcome you. It's going to be very interesting. We are excited. We cannot wait to have the outcomes of this conference to be given to us, because it's going to be part of our working document to also retool our skills in the area we need to retool, area we need to look on. We'll look on them. I was sharing with the managing director of Nigerian Stock Exchange this afternoon, Security and Exchange Commission this afternoon. I said, for us as a government have no business in business. The government have the business government have is just to create an enabling environment for businesses to strive. And in doing that, the financial houses have a major role, because when we say private sector come and drive the economy, the private sector need the financial institutions to be able to actually enable that economy to grow. We no longer want to have an economy where deposit is the order of the day, but instead investment from this deposit should be the order of the day. And that's where we want to see the direction of our banks.
Oluwole Adeosun, wey be the chairman and presido for the Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers, contact the government for their hospitality and support wey dem give dem, say e pass wetin other states don do for dem. Say Edo government don do plenty things to promote agriculture for Naija. Na why the largest quoted agricultural sector of the Nigeria Stock Exchange dey for Edo State. E come give breakdown on how the conference go, wey the theme na capital market and agricultural development.
I would like to appreciate you and your team for granting our request for a courtesy visit despite your very tight schedule. I want to seize this opportunity to appreciate you for your continuous support to the Institute and for attending our programs over the years. And also, I want to thank thank the Excellency, the Governor of the Edo State, and even the past governors of Edo State for their hospitality to the General Institute of Stockbrokers. The theme of the conference is capital markets and agricultural development. The way forward and the issues and the way forward. Issues around agricultural development, issues that we can identify, that we can see, and the solutions that we are profiling forward for better nexus between capital markets and the agricultural sector in Nigeria, and more particularly in Edo State. Edo State, we know, is an agrarian state, and in Edo State, you have the government has done so much towards the promotion and development of the agricultural facilities that we have in this state. I mean, no wonder we have the largest quoted companies in the agricultural sector of the Nigerian Stock Exchange being based in Edo State. We want to say kudos to Edo State Governor, the Edo State Government, for that support that you are giving to those two entities to be able to thrive, because the government provides the enabling environment to enable businesses thrive. And if you have not provided that, I'm sure it would have been challenging for them to be growing in statistics, in their turnover, in their output capacity over the years. They've been doing that, and their profit has been growing significantly. And I'm sure they are impacting the state by part of, in form of internal revenue generation that they are contributing through their activities. The Nigerian Stock Exchange focuses more on equities and fixed income, and ETFs, exchange traded funds, and other products, mutual funds. But the commodity exchanges, they are springing up now. More of them are coming, and then eventually we will encourage them to make Edo State one of their destinations.
Oluwatobi Odeshola, TMC TV News. Make you remember, say your PVC na your power. No go say your votes give any politician or political party.